What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. This is Ghost Gamer, and another nice, wonderful video that I'm going to do. School of Hard Knocks. I am going to stick with basic training for right now, and I've gotten a personal message from somebody asking me what was the most fucked up thing that I ever witnessed in basic training. And that's actually a really simple, and it's not what some people would expect. It's not like, drill sergeant beating the shit out of fucking somebody, or, soap parties, or stuff like that. It wasn't really like that. We had a guy that was literally on the go to Army or go to jail program. I don't know if they still do that now. I didn't even think they did it back when I was in, but apparently he was, and he was not a good person whatsoever. And it wasn't really one instance that kind of sums it up. It was a lot of different things that happened throughout basic training until a certain time frame, in which I'll get to that in a minute. But it was basically, don't get me wrong, he could shine boots like a motherfucker. They looked fucking phenomenal. Yeah, this was back when we actually had the Kiwi boots instead of, getting nice, lax, frickin' desert tan boots. But anyhow, although he could fucking wax, shine up boots real good, fucking damn near mirror gloss, that's all he fucking did that was worth a shit. May sound mean and callous to say it like that, but the dude was a fuck up. Now, we were in, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks in when we discovered that something was not quite right. Now, to give you an idea, whenever you get to your basic training unit, drill sergeants would have everybody put in their spare key or their combination to their wall lock into an envelope. You write your last name, last four on the envelope. You put it into an ammo can. This was so that you never went through and locked yourself out of your wall locker. You couldn't forget the combination. You couldn't lose a key. Drill sergeant always had one in his office. Well, it was like maybe 2-3 weeks in. We had either just gotten out of red phase, which is, the first 3 weeks of basic training, or close the fucking door. Yeah, I want to say it was either we had just gotten out of it, or it was very close to being the end of that phase. And we discovered that, interestingly enough, somebody went looking for the ammo can and nobody could find it.
Stay alert, stay alive.
And of course we're like, well, what the fuck? It's one of those things you don't really want to bring it to the news of the drill sergeant, because that is not good. You don't want to be like, oh, hey, drill sergeant, we lost the fucking ammo can. So it was kind of one of those deals of somebody needs to find this damn thing, and until we find it, nobody say anything about it. We don't want to get smoked for something stupid and trivial like that. Okay. A little bit of time passed, and, people would start noticing that things were rearranged in their wall locker. It wasn't quite as it was left. And, some people are like, well, maybe I'm just wasn't paying attention or what have you. What's going on? Really? You're gonna, take a seat, bitch. It wasn't a big deal at that time, but something was amiss. Well, fast forward a little bit more, and the same guy that I started talking about at the beginning of the story was going to he was faking an injury. He was going to the hospital, or he was going to sick call. Basic training, no candy, no donuts, no nothing like that. And he was basically going through and faking an injury so he can go to either the hospital or sick call and put, $10 worth of fucking money into the vending machines and then charging like, $2 a candy bar and turn around and selling them. Actually not a bad idea. I mean, this is where the amount of trade and shit that goes on in the military is just absolutely mind-blowing. But, this is where I first got that glimpse into it. Never really encountered it on that scale before. He had a slick fucking setup. I mean, I think, if memory serves me right, it was like $2 a candy bar. But anyhow, fast forward a little bit more. One day, we're all outside, and they got us all lined up. And we're in formation. Really? I just died. Would be helpful if I had headphones on, but anyhow. Yeah, we're all out in formation. And drill sergeants are like, we don't really care if you bought anything or not. We just want to know, how many of you guys bought candy from this person and all this other shit. We need to get to the bottom of it, so on and so forth. Blah, blah, blah. Well, it basically came down. They were like, we're going to basically take you in through the day room one at a time. You're going to tell me if you bought, candy from this person. Or, if you didn't, just say you didn't and go on your way. Okay. And of course, at that point in time, I was like, well, I didn't buy shit. Because I didn't. There was no point and need to. I care less about fucking candy. I just did my thing, just tried staying out of trouble, and what have you. Well, we go through this entire frickin' ordeal. Everybody in the company goes through this fucking line. And finally, we find out why. Apparently, this kid was also breaking into the boxes of MREs that were actually stowed underneath one of the stairwells. And he was stealing the candy and the gum out of the MREs, turn around and selling them. On top of which, he had also went through everybody's wall lockers. And if they had an ATM debit card, which I don't know how many people admitted the sheer fact that they wrote their fucking pins on their cards. I mean, it was just dumbfounding. He went in and basically stole money from them. And if you had loose money, because, I mean, it's one of those things, keep less than X amount of dollars on you. You could use it at fucking clothing and sale, PX, whatever. Don't keep more, I think it was no more than like $100 or something like that. But just loose fucking money. He ripped that off. I mean, he just made himself at home. So, of course, the MPs come down, talk to him, all that fun shit. And, they question the crap out of him. I mean, he was gone for a good half hour, 45 minutes. And they made the mistake of basically letting him go. I don't know if they just didn't have enough evidence, or if they didn't have enough people that basically narked on him, or what. But essentially, they went through and said, okay, well, back to your barracks you go. That night, coincidentally, I had what they call fire watch. And fire watch is nothing more than staying awake, making sure the place doesn't fucking catch on fire. It's not as demanding as like a 12-hour duty or 24-hour duty or anything like that, because everybody needs to function in basic training, so you're only up for, on duty for a couple hours at a time. If anything happens, a fight breaks out or fucking emergency of some kind or anything like that, you basically go get help from the drill sergeant and call it a day. Okay, not a big deal. I've done it many a times. I can handle that. So, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, alright, well, I'm doing my thing. Meanwhile, this person who decided to rip everybody off, steal shit, basically run his own little frickin' smuggling slash larceny theme, whatever the hell you want to call it. He decided to take, I think it was like 15 or 1800 bucks that he had stashed in his wall locker that the MPs didn't find, drill sergeants didn't find. He took all of that money, basically called a cab, had the cab pick him up, and straight up disappeared. Went AWOL. Nobody ever saw him again after that. And to this day, I don't know if he... Oh shit, where am I supposed to... Yeah. Okay, I was going the right direction. Yeah, to this day, I don't know if he ever got caught. Or, yeah, I'm guessing that most likely he did, because there's no way in hell he was going to skate for the rest of his life on that shit. But that was like one of the most fucked up things that I remember from basic training. You know, one of those things that it's not going to happen in every fucking training, revolution, but they all have the possibility of going that route, I guess you will. I'll go with a FAMAS. I don't mind a good FAMAS. So yeah, it's one of those things. Don't expect things to go that bad, but at the same time, you really never know if it's going to get fucked up like that. So, yeah, I mean, that was just one of those things that stood out, because it's like, he was already in trouble, you know, who knows what he was in trouble for beforehand, because he never said anything, but he definitely made a long-lasting impression with many people, because one, he stole from them, and two, you know, I mean, that's not some shit you just forget about, you know? But yeah, that's the most fucked up thing that I remember from basic training. But for now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to share your story with the group, anything like that, you want to hear more of these fucked up little stories, I know I'm keeping the good ones for the time being. I'm trying to string you guys along. Yeah, it's just one of those... Oh shit, I'm getting fucked up. It's just one of those things that you gotta ramp it up. You can't just be like, BAM! Here's some badass shit that went down. But anyhow, if you want to hear more of these things, by all means, let me know in the comment box below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you hated it and you think I'm completely full of horseshit, what have you. That is all entirely up to you. Where am I getting shot from? I don't know. There you go. I'm out of fucking ammo already? Jesus. Do not forget to subscribe. Lets you know every single time I put out a nice video. Not to mention it really helps me out like a mother effer. But stick around. More interesting stories in the near future. But for now, this is Ghost Gamer. I'm out of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace!